Good morning, everyone. This is Professor James Koshar, your Management 368 Business Ethics Instructor of Columbia College, Columbia, Missouri Online Studies. Hello again. It's, the 9th of April. I have 11:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time coming to you again from Berryville, Virginia, just east of Winchester, Highway 81 here in the northern part of the state. And we didn't get the snow showers we were supposed to get today, but we're getting a little bit of the wind. Hey, I just want to send you out another YouTube video, talk about as we close up week 3 already of the course and enter on Monday, week 4. You see how quickly these weeks go by in these sessions. Very good. I want to go over a few things, make sure we're on track. Very good discussion postings and also critical thinking responses back to your classmates, particularly this week, week 3, as we finish up. Your assignment is readings chapters 4 and 5, and then you have your first paper due by the end of this week. And also the discussion item is, what does Rawls mean by a veil of ignorance? What purpose does it serve? Superior examples by you. And the veil of ignorance is somewhat of a goodness in this day and age. If you told someone, well, you act like you have a veil of ignorance, it might not come across as a compliment, but it's meant certainly in the theme or meaning of which you have understood to be that that veil of the ignorance is that you're not being prejudiced or biased by things that are extraneous that don't mean anything at all. Okay, and very good examples used during the discussion week. Examples have been, say, a veil of ignorance could be the first one we might all experience, whether we like it or not, is sending your resume off for a job opening. And what does that recruiter or reviewer just have in front of them? You're printing on paper, and that's it. And yet, people still have their own biases just by reading a resume, right? I'm not looking at you, but I might have a certain bias based upon, unfortunately, age still. If you say you graduated from high school in 1970, and if I'm hung up on age, I might have a bias towards that. Yes, a person's surname, or just other factors like that. I've had people comment to me on they have a certain bias that if they look at a resume and it's other than on like white paper, if it's colored or something like that, they don't like that. So I think another message is how we as human beings somehow latch onto those biases of ours. And that's maybe that's a comfort, right? If you have a bias or a prejudice towards something, if it's really good or really bad, positive or negative, that might be a comfort factor for people, right? If I'm around my own kind, whatever that means, Professor Koshar, then, that's my own comfort factor. But a veil of ignorance would be that if I were to, I was looking at someone and really looking at what? Their qualifications. So really good examples. As we enter next week, week 4, you've got chapters 6, 7, 8, and 11. Also, you've got a discussion item about CEO pay. which, my goodness gracious, the figures are all over the place. Basically, the arithmetic goes like this with regards to CEO pay compared to average worker. Okay, the average worker in the United States, and you'll hear a couple of sets of numbers, but the average worker in the United States, the average worker pay of middle line workers in the United States is somewhere roughly between $44,000 to $50,000 a year. Okay. And let me tell you, in some communities in the United States of America, if you earn $30,000 a year, those people are thankful. Okay. And I'll make my point in a second on that. And that CEO pay is somewhere around 300 times that a year annually. So CEOs are getting paid on average about, $5 million. It's unbelievable. Between $3 and $5 million. So that's the discussion assignment next week. What's an ethical way and a justifiable way to compensate CEOs, and giving examples of that. And then you've got your second paper due next week. Consult the content area. This week, I believe it's the Ford Motor case, if I'm not mistaken, and next week it's the consumer advertising of drugs. And boy, the drug manufacturing industry, to change topics a little bit, gears a little bit, has really been in upheaval lately. This is also a good time, okay, for you to think about your topic of paper of choice. All right. Lots of stuff going on, and I want your topic to be business ethics related, right? Not what your thoughts are about the National Rifle Association or whatever. Business ethics. Other topics like that are for other courses. This is a business ethics course. You got a problem coming up with something, can't think of anything, rather, contact me or look at the front page of the Wall Street Journal or the business section of the New York Times online. You will see lots of stuff that's relevant. I want to also talk about, again, when you do these assignments, either the assignments on the theorists or your own work. Look, we're looking for, I understand about, using direct quotes and having a paper that's comprised of that. But what we're looking for is mainly the majority of the work, 60% at least, being your own words, okay, and doing that. That's about all I have for now. And also, I want to let you know, if you ever have any questions, contact me. The week after next, if I'm not mistaken, week 5 already, you should be getting a link to go to evaluate this course, your Management 368 course. Please take time to do that. This is your school. You've heard me say that before. Go ahead and do that. And it's very important. I'll let you go now. And I'll wish you a good weekend and week coming up as we go into already, finish up week 3 and go into week 4. This is Professor James Koshar of Columbia College, Columbia, Missouri Online Studies, your Management 368 Business Ethics instructor. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.